Hello everybody, welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are here at the CJ Practice Turf Facility for the Carl Junction versus New Heights boys varsity soccer action. Just about ready for kickoff. Carl Junction going left to right wearing white. This is the home field for CJ, but we're borrowing their field. Had a conflict at our home field at Ozark Christian, and so CJ was gracious enough to let us use this field, and we are wearing green as the home team. 40 minutes on the clock for the varsity game, and that's the whistle. We're underway. Cougars play it back. Anredder on the back line into the middle. Stolen quickly by the Bulldogs. Kauk tries to play it in, deflected away. Anredder's there. Ball in the middle of the field. Stolen by Cowger. Cowger plays the through ball into Walker. Walker, ball across. Horton's there to deflect it and plays it over the top with his left. Up to Schumacher, flipped over to Clevenger. Stolen away by Sam Hammond for the Bulldogs. Hammond down the line for Walker. Walker carrying. Boney in front. Walker chips it up, but off the mark and out of play. Goal kick for the Cougars.
Graydon Woods on the carry.
Cougars have a little bit different lineup tonight. Ruben Rett getting the start at right wing as Nixon Meningus is out after that injury. Hey, get off me! Throwing for the Cougars. Boney gets it into Schumacher. Cleared away by Jamie, and throwing again for the Cougars. Dominic Jamie, a next door neighbor of ours. Ball down the line, carried by Dunaway. Sam Hammond comes in to steal, plays it down the line and off of Clevenger. Throw in for the Bulldogs down in the defensive third. Ryan Landalt there to take the throw, plays it into the middle of the field. Josh Helton gets a touch, stolen away by Dunaway. Dunaway drops it back to Nangle, but the foul's called on the hold. It'll be a free kick from 35 out for the Cougars. Max Anredder up to take the free kick. Actually put in at the 30, so 40 yards out. Anredder chips it in. First touch by Trosper. Down the left side is Kason Hamlin there to win it. Into Nangle. Fight for the ball. Helton's able to come away with it. Josh Helton for the Bulldogs. Being defended by Brake. Helton's able to turn. Plays it through. Nice feet by Hamlin to steal and play it back into the middle. Headed in the air by Jamie. Over to the near side for Hammond. Jamie back to the ball as Clevenger challenges. Cowger steals and plays it across to Trosper. Trosper down the line. Hamlin gets a touch. Anredder there clears it over the top for Schumacher. Schumacher and Trosper fighting for the ball. Trosper off his back. Schumacher to it. Schumacher looking for space. Plays it over to Brake. Brake chips it back in the middle. Headed away by Landalt. Still in trouble. Nangle takes the shot and rolls in to the keeper, Blake Miller. Miller setting up the structure as he punts it back into the middle of the field. Bouncing ball. Horton's there, heads it back into the air. Cowger comes in, plays it back in the air. Anredder to the near side for Clevenger. Clevenger steps on the ball. Walker comes in and steals. Clevenger plays it back to Anredder, but missed touch. Horton has to clear to the sideline, and it's a throw in for the Bulldogs in the attacking third. Hammond takes it down the line, goes to Kauk. Walker on the ball along with Anredder. Anredder plays out the sideline, and another throw for the Bulldogs. Landalt switching down to take the throw as Hammond goes to the center back. Landalt setting up for a big throw. plays it to the top. Cowger gets a head on it, and handball called on Cowger, I guess. It kind of came off his head into his hand. And it's ruled a free kick for the Cougars. Max Anrenner driving ball. First touch by Cowger, falls to Nangle. Nangle plays it through to Schumacher. Schumacher's able to receive, plays it near to Clevenger. Clevenger back to Schumacher in the middle, looking for break. Plays break through, but breaks off. And it's going to be a free kick back up here towards midfield for the Bulldogs. Five minutes into the game, no score. Bulldogs take the free kick down the line. Nolan Kauk there being defended by Horton, and Horton just plays it out the sideline, throw in for the Bulldogs. Well, quickly in, Horton heads it in the air. Nice turn and shot by number 31, Pena. Goes over the goal. It's a goal kick for the Cougars. Cougars play it short. Rush Stewart to Anredder. Anredder over to Horton on the far side. Horton on the ground, stolen away by Helton. Nangle comes into pressure. Ball into, that was Kauk on the shot. And saved by Stewart, out for a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Kel Trosper, the left-footed midfielder, coming to take the corner. Driving ball in, Anredder knees it away, and that's out of play for another corner kick for the Bulldogs.
Cayman Walker kicking off for
Reset for another corner. Trosper, this time backside, goes over Landault on the attempt for the header. Helton gets in. Brake's able to sweep it away. Brake clears it to the far side. Landault's there to settle. Landault takes the shot, far post, and just wide of the frame. Goal kick for the Cougars. Bulldogs with some early chances. Anredder takes the goal kick to the near side. Clevenger, nice settle. Plays it down the line and out of play on the midfield area for a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Mason Cowger on the line to take the throw for the Bulldogs. Ball down the line, Brandon Schumacher there along with Walker. Walker gets a header, touch it down the line and back towards the goal, across, and Horton tries to sweep it away, but number 31, Juan Pena, is there to put it in the back of the net for the first goal of the game for the Bulldogs.
Good job, Bulldogs. Junction, you got to be on the other side of that guy, buddy.
All right, after the goal restart on the kickoff, Bulldogs leading 1-0 over the Cougars. Deflected by Kauk. Pena plays it in. Walker there being doubled. Makes a nice touch back to the middle. Finds Kauk. Anredder there to touch. Kauk trying to get through. Brandon Schumacher challenges. Schumacher back to the middle. Plays it ahead. Trosper steps in to win it. Jamie gets it back to Parker, who sends it back into the top. Anredder heads it back into the middle. Ben Schumacher there. Plays it ahead as Hammond gets a touch. Hammond back into Jamie. Jamie carrying down the near side. Clevenger comes in, pokes it away. Cowger plays it back into the middle. Ball deflected. Trosper comes in to settle. Trosper being defended by Brake, drops back to Parker. Across the field for Pena, back into Jamie, stolen away by Dunaway. Dunaway looks for Schumacher on the run, and Schumacher's off It's a free kick for the Bulldogs.
Jackson Canada's pass is incomplete. Brings up third down.
Cal Trosper taking the free kick was a little too far up. They're going to reset him on the indirect kick after the offside. Trosper on the ground. Helton lets it run all the way to Kauk. Kauk makes a move to get to space. Plays it ahead to Pena. Pena's in, but he's offside. And it's a free kick now for the Cougars. Max Anretter there to take the restart. Low ball stolen by Helton. Helton up to Kauk. Kauk tries to play through. Brandon Schumacher there to deflect. Back to Mason Cowger. Cowger turns and drops to Jamie. Dominic Jamie in possession as Dunaway comes up. Ball played across. Hamlin's able to clear. Trosper there heads it back in. Touched by Dunaway as he goes to the sideline. Pena is able to possess, plays it down the line, but stolen away by Break. Up to Dunaway. Pena in the middle, gets it to Cowger. Cowger dropped back to Landau on the back line as Schumacher comes to pressure. Landau looking for Cowger in the middle. CJ Payson in possession as Trosper plays it wide to Parker. Parker back to the middle, Hamlin clears. Up to Break, Break plays it down the line. Schumacher chases, Trosper's there. Trosper into the corner as Schumacher pressures. Makes a touch to the sideline. Trosper able to turn, playing it back into Parker. Ball runs as Dunaway almost gets a touch on it. Parker able to carry it across all the way to the near side to Hammond. Sam Hammond on the ground to Walker. Walker opens up as he receives. Clevenger comes in and gets a touch and plays it out. And it's a throw in for the Bulldogs here on the near side. Sub checking in the game for the Bulldogs. That's Crew Bourne checking in for Dominic Jamie.
Carl Junction takes over on turnover.
I think that's Cruz. I have Cruz listed at number 25 on the roster, but he's 22 today. Schumacher wins it, gets it to Clevenger. Titus Clevenger carrying, being defended by Hammond. Gets it to Schumacher. Schumacher tries to find space. Cowger's able to clear it away and a throw in for the Cougars here on the near side. Justin Boney there to take the throw. Ball into Clevenger. Clevenger, nice settle. Makes a move to get through to Schumacher. Schumacher deflects over to Clevenger. Nice tackle by Landau. Over to Cowger and across to Trosper. Trosper switching the field. Plays ahead to Pena, but too straight on. And Stewart's there in the box to pick it up. Ball wide to Hammond. Stolen away by Pena into the middle for Cowger, who plays it in. Chase for the ball with Kauk and Stewart. Stewart, nice read to get off his line just before Nolan Kauk can get there. Big punt back to the middle of the field. Landau gets the first touch up to Cowger. Walker and Cowger there, Boney defending. Cowger turns it back to the middle. Across to Kauk. Kauk tries to settle with his knee, goes for the bicycle kick, and goes out the end line. And it's a goal kick for the Cougars.
Elijah Woods on the tackle. Third down and 2 to go for Carl Junction.
All right, restart on the goal kick. Max Anretter there to take the kick. Plays it on the ground. Walker steals. Walker across. Helton plays it in. Hamlin and Pena there. Hamlin's able to win it and play it out the sideline. And another throw in for the Bulldogs on the far side. Well played in. Nice run by Helton, but cleared away by the Cougars. Parker plays it back in and swept away by Horton all the way out to the sideline, throw in for Cruz Bourne. Ball back in, Hamlin wins it. Trying to play it ahead. Stolen back by the Bulldogs. Helton plays it in. Nangle there to pressure. Kauk tracks back to win it. On the turn, plays it into Pena. Back to Kauk. Kauk cutting across the middle. Ball's loose and swept away by the Cougars. Another throw for the Bulldogs. Elliott Parker there to take the throw. Into Pena. Parker plays it across, and Stewart's there to get the one hop in the box. Quickly out to Clevenger on the near side. Clevenger opens up, plays it down the line, but out of play, and it's a throw in for the Bulldogs. Played down the line, off of Boney, and another throw for the Bulldogs.
Cayman Walker back to kick off for Carl Junction.
Cowger plays it short to Hammond. Back to Trosper. Trosper plays it all the way on the switch to Pena. Hamlin's there to win the header. Hamlin fighting for possession. Leaves it for Pena. Pena across with his left, and Stewart deflects it out of play. It's a corner kick on the far side for the Bulldogs.
Jace Kelly on the return.
Cowger plays the ball in, headed in the air, off the post. It's still in trouble, and Stewart's able to fall on it. That was by, I'm not sure who played. Was that Cruz that got the touch? Couldn't tell who played that in.
Brantley Goods on the stop.
Ball on the far side. Trosper's there, plays it back in. Horton challenging with Kauk. Ball to Pena, to Cowger at the top. Cowger wants it and plays it over the goal. It's a goal kick for the Cougars. .24 minutes remaining here in the first half. Bulldogs leading 1-0. Goal kick taken in the middle of the field. Header first by Jamie. Falls to Cowger. Cowger plays it through, deflected by Boney. Brandon Schumacher there, deflected off of Cowger. Cowger tries to keep it in, but out the sideline, and a throw in for the Cougars. Justin Boney there to take the throw. Plays ahead. Hammond gets the header, but stays in play all the way to midfield. It'll be another throw for the Cougars. Boney making the run. Plays it into Clevenger. Clevenger chips it over. Boren there, plays it ahead to Hammond. Clevenger's able to win it. Titus Clevenger in possession. Plays the three-toe down the line, deflected by Hammond. Another throw for the Cougars. Into the corner for Ben Schumacher, but too heavy, and out the end line, goal kick for the Bulldogs. Kel Trosper subbing back in the game as Josh Helton takes a break.
I hear you.
Goal kick taken to the far side. Trosper's there. Plays it back in. Nangle steals. Up to Dunaway. Ball deflected and won by Trosper. Break. It makes a nice touch to steal. Dunaway drops to Hamlin over to break. Trosper comes in and steals. Looking to turn. Plays it down the line for Kauk, but out of play. And a throw in back to the Cougars. Far side throw in. Hamlin there to take it for the Cougars. Jason Hamlin plays it down the line. Number 31, Juan Pena, clears it away, and another throw in for the Cougars. Ball throw in back into the middle. Landalt's there, letting it roll. We'll let it roll all the way into the box for Miller to pick up for the Bulldogs. Punted back to the middle. Cowger tries to do the flick, goes through it, and Boney plays it into Clevenger. Stolen back by the Bulldogs. Cowger on the ball. Plays it down the line, and Boney's able to get a touch and clear it away, and it's a throw-in for the Bulldogs here on the near side. That cloud's finally moved over the sun, and we got a little cool breeze now. Ball to Hammond on the near side, to Kauk on the connection, plays it to the corner for Walker. Walker being shielded by Boney and out the end line for a goal kick for the Cougars. Nice defensive positioning by Boney to let that ball
On the play.
roll out of bounds.
Recovered by Carl Junction. Jackson Patton.
Josh Helton subbing back in the game after a quick break as Mason Cowger takes a breather. Stewart takes the goal kick up to Clevenger. Clevenger with the touch into the air. Dunaway comes in to help. Hammond steals but deflected off of Jamie to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher in the middle of the field plays Clevenger in. Landahl defending. Clevenger carrying down the left side. Dunaway comes on the overlap. Clevenger back to Brandon Schumacher trying to get a shot set up. Schumacher still on the ball. And Schumacher's able to draw the foul in a dangerous spot. Nice job by Schumacher to shield that ball and get the foul. And it's a good spot for a free kick for the Cougars. Ben Schumacher there to take it. Three-man wall. From our angle, looks like the right side of the goal is wide open. Ben Schumacher there to take the shot. Plays it low, deflected. Ball's loose. Hamlin tries to get to it. Helton clears it away. Ball to Brandon Schumacher, who plays it back in, and Miller's there to scoop it up. Blake Miller quickly out to the near side for Walker. Jaden Walker makes the first touch, carrying down the line. Clevenger steps in and is able to win the ball. Challenge for the ball. Walker wins it back. Walker down the line. Anner comes in on the tackle. Walker gets through the challenge as Brandon Schumacher comes to help. Ball into the corner, and Stewart's able to let it roll into the corner of the box and pick it up. Where Stewart letting his team set up, takes the big top spinning punt to the middle of the field. Hammond wins the header up to Walker. Boney there to defend. Boney, nice touch to put it out of play. It is a throw in for the Bulldogs. Sam Hammond quickly coming down for the throw. Actually, we're going to take a break for a sub as Mason Cowger checks back in. Juan Pena taking a break for the Bulldogs. All right, whistle blown, we're ready to play. Hammond takes the throw. Boney gets a deflection to Dunaway. Dunaway looks ahead. Trosper comes to defend. Dunaway gets through the challenge. Trosper comes in on the tackle. Dunaway gets it back to Clevenger. Clevenger plays it off the deflection from Hammond. Josh Helton there to win it. Plays it back to the back line for Boren. Boren into the middle of the field. Nangle steals. Lucas Nangle looking ahead. Plays it wide for a break to Chase. Cruz Boren plays it out the sideline, and it's a throw in the attacking third for the Cougars. Cason Hamlin coming all the way down to take the throw. Hamlin into Ben Schumacher, drop back to Hamlin. Hamlin across the middle, deflected away by Helton. Jamie there plays it down the line. Nangle wins it for the Cougars and plays it back to the corner, but out of play and a throw in for the Bulldogs. 18 minutes left here in the first half. Bulldogs leading 1-0 over the Cougars. Ball into play. Kauk gets a touch. Anredder tries to clear it, deflected off of Cowger. Off of Kauk. Over to Hamlin. Back to Kauk. Kauk being defended by Horton. Ball across, finds Walker into the box, and Boney's able to shield Walker off the ball as Stewart comes in and is able to gather the ball. Nice play by Justin Boney to shield the attack off. Clevenger drops it to Boney. Boney finds Dunaway in the middle of the field. Dunaway plays the drop to Brandon Schumacher. One touch through to Ben. Boren's there, clears it away. Headed back by Dunaway. Back into the attack. Clevenger's able to keep it in. Right on the line. Hammond comes in and steals. Cowger there, stolen back by Dunaway. Dropped to Brandon Schumacher. And challenged by Cowger. Foul called. Free kick for the Cougars. And right there takes the big ball over the top. Looking for Schumacher. Parker's there, wins the header, and all the way into Blake Miller in the goal. Miller setting up his attack. Big punt to the far side. And that's going to go all the way out to the bench, and it's a throw-in for the Cougars. Spencer Jackson subbing in for the Cougars as Ruben Brake takes a seat. Hamlin into Jackson. Jackson touches across, finds Dunaway. Dunaway back to Nangle. Nangle looking to play into the middle. Clevenger is able to win the slide tackle on Hammond. Gets back up. Clevenger from 35, ball in. And Landal's able just to stay in front of Schumacher enough that Miller is able to get to the ball. Big punt to the near side. Anredder heads it back into the middle. Nangel's there. Pressure coming from Helton. Nangle quickly plays it up ahead. Landalt there to settle. Heavy on the touches. Clevenger comes in and steals. Clevenger looking to play Schumacher in. Nice step by Boren to steal it. Boren on the ground. Up to Landalt. Quickly touched to Cowger. Back to Landalt in the 1-2. Landalt playing Kauk through. Nice defense by Anredder. Boney down the line and deflected away by Cowger. And a throw in for the Cougars. Boney, big throw. Landalt heads it away. Another throw for the Cougars here on the near side. 15:30 left to play here in the first half. Clevenger and Cowger, longtime Jaguar teammates. Ball stolen by Helton. Finds Kauk. Kauk makes a move to get to space. Anredder, nice step to win the ball, and ball falls to Boney. Boney looks at his options, plays it across for Jackson. Trosper steps and wins it. Trosper into the counterattack, plays it wide for Pena. Pena on the left side, carrying back to the middle. Plays the floating ball into Kauk. Anredder gets a touch on it, but settles it for Kauk. Horton's there to clear. Pena's there to send it back in. Pena takes the shot, big ball, and Stewart's right there to make the save. Rush Stewart sets it up at the top. Big side spinning ball to the far side. Ball bouncing. Parker there heads it into the air. Spencer Jackson gets a touch to settle. Helton defending. Ball up to Schumacher, gets it to Dunaway. Dunaway looking for an option. Drops it back to Horton, who plays it over the top. Landalt heads it back into the air. Trosper and Dunaway fight for possession. Ball falls to Schumacher. Ben Schumacher looking for space, being defended by Trosper. Drops it back to his brother Brandon. Brandon back to Ben. Ben carrying across the middle. It gets through the challenge. Schumacher thinks about it as Bourne's defending, plays it over to Jackson. Spencer Jackson to the corner as Parker defends. Parker gets a touch to steal and plays it down the far side back into the middle for Helton. Josh Helton over the top on the far side, and Hamlin wins the header back into the middle. Kauk there to possess. Drop back to Parker, who plays it down the line. Hamlin gets the first touch. Pena comes back in to track it. Hamlin steals into the counterattack. Trosper steps in to make the tackle. Ball's loose, and both players are down. Ref says play on as Schumacher's able to win it. Plays it all the way back to Nangle. Nangle back in the middle. Cowger steps. Ball falls to Kauk. Brandon Schumacher defending. Kauk plays it wide to Pena. Pena carrying down the line, plays it back into the middle. Cowger lets it run, and Anredder gets a touch. Anredder steps in and steals. Jackson plays it back into Trosper. Cale Trosper on the ball, over to Helton. Ball deflected, back to Trosper. Parker on the far side to Pena. Being defended by Hamlin. Pena plays it back into the middle. One touch to the corner for Parker on the overlap. Parker tries to play it across. Pena plays it back in. Brandon Schumacher deflects it in the air, and Rush Stewart's there to get the ball off the bounce. Stewart, big top spinning punt to the near side. Hammond gets the header back to the middle. Dunaway's there to settle it down with his chest. Looking for Schumacher through. Schumacher gets a touch. Being defended by Landalt. Schumacher carrying across. Plays the ball all the way across for Jackson. Spencer Jackson tracks back to win it. Parker in front. Drop back to Hamlin. And knocked away by Pena. Pena's limping. He's going to stay in as the Cougars take the throw. Hamlin takes it into Horton. Horton into the middle. Ball down the line. Walker's there. Being defended by Brandon Schumacher, and well defended as Walker loses out of play for a throw-in for the Cougars. Justin Boney takes the throw. Big throw into Dunaway. Dunaway makes the touch. Hammond's there to steal. Hammond plays it back into the middle. Dangerous ball as Nangle's there. Settled by Parker to Trosper. Cale Trosper switching the field to Pena on the far side. Pena carrying down the line. Horton's in front. Pena looking to get an angle. Horton, nice tackle. And still in play as Anredder with a nice header away. Hamlin takes a nice clear, touched in by Boren. Jackson plays it back into the middle. Dunaway with his chest, trying to settle. Landault steps to steal. Anredder on the run, able to win it back in the middle of the field. Anredder carrying down the line as Landault steals. The two center backs playing in the middle of the field. Landault plays Kauk in. Kauk lets it roll as he thought Walker was on the run, but Walker had checked up and the ball goes all the way into Stewart in the box. Rush Stewart there to punt it away. Big ball into the middle of the field. Ben Schumacher heads it to the near side for Clevenger to chase. Titus Clevenger just there in time. Hammond in front to defend. Landault in cover. Dunaway comes to help. Clevenger across the box. Nangle on the run. Gets a touch on it, but can't get it on frame. And a goal kick for the Bulldogs. 10 minutes left to play here in the first half. Bulldogs leading the Cougars 1-0. Ruben Brake checking back in the game for the Cougars as Kason Hamlin will take a seat. Also back in the game is Dominic Jamie and Lucas Denton on his left back making his first appearance. All right, after the subs, the restart on the goal kick. Miller there to take it. Played to the far side on the ground. All the way up to Lucas Teeter. Lucas Teeter actually just in the game. Ball deflected by Horton up to Helton. Helton being challenged by Anner. Anner is able to get a touch away. Boney there. Plays it down the line to Clevenger. Cowger comes in on the challenge and knocked out a play. Boney into Dunaway. Dunaway back to Brandon Schumacher. Schumacher across the middle of the field. Denton gets a touch back in the middle. Trosper there to settle. Trosper over the top for Jamie on the run. Boney there to get back. Jamie plays it across. Anredder gets a touch, can't clear it, and finally does, but right there to Cowger. Cowger from 30 takes the strike right on target, but Stewart's right there to make the save. Ball quickly out to the far side for Ruben Brake. Brake being challenged by Helton. Gets it up to Spencer Jackson. Denton there to challenge for the Bulldogs, now to play back to the Bulldogs. Denton takes the throw in down the line. Cleared away by Nangle and another throw for the Bulldogs. Ball into the corner. Chased by Lucas Teeter. Horton gets a touch on it, and it's going to stay Bulldogs throw deep in the corner. Denton all the way down to take the throw. Nangle heads it away. Jackson and Denton fight for it. Denton gets the header up to Kauk. Kauk looking for space, gets into the box, and nice chip over the goalie for the goal by Nolan Kauk to take the 2-0 lead for the Bulldogs. Got a little pep band here tonight. Alumni Josh, what's your last name, Josh? Josh Brown. Horton gets it into Brandon Schumacher on the restart. Boren plays it back into the middle. Nangle heads it in the air. Trosper gets a touch to Cowger. To the far side for Denton. Lucas Denton possessed, playing it into Helton. Touch to the corner for Lucas Teeter. Helton plays it in, and Stewart's able to come out to receive it. Walker coming on the quick steal. Jaden Walker down to the corner as Clevenger comes back to defend. Back to Calgary, lets it run. Dominic Jamie, far side, over the top of Teeter. It's still in play as it's hooking to the sideline. Lucas Teeter looking for an angle, drops it back to Denton. Denton up to Helton. Josh Helton tries to get through, into the box again, plays it across. Anredder deflects right off Stewart. And number 17, Isaac Brown there to finish it for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs are leading 3-0. 3-0, 6:45 left here in the first half. All right, back to the action on the restart, all the way back to Anredder. Anredder with a big ball over the top. Landault there heads it back into the middle. Cowger to settle. Ben Schumacher there tries to steal, but steps over the ball as Cowger repossesses. Into Helton, who chips it up to Kauk. Nolan Kauk plays it ahead as Brandon Schumacher comes in and steals. Back into the middle as Trosper wins possession. Spencer Jackson there for the Cougars trying to possess. Trosper is able to knock him off the ball. Played into the corner for Kauk. And foul called on Horton as he clips up on Kauk. It'll be a free kick for the Bulldogs. Josh Helton over the ball to take the free kick for the Bulldogs.
Kevin Wood on the carry.
Helton asking for space. There's a three-man wall by the Cougars. 6 players for the Bulldogs at the top of the box. Trosper at the top, maybe 35 out. Helton chips it in, and Stewart's there to get it out of the air.
Offside on Carl Junction.
Stewart punts it away. Bourne gets the touch up to Trosper. Trosper heads it over to Helton. Over to the far side for Lucas Teeter. Drop back to Lucas Denton. Denton back into Kauk. Kauk able to turn. Plays it across for Jamie, but too far, and out the end line for a goal kick for the Cougars.
Corbin Harms on the carry.
Stewart and Anredder back to take the goal kick. Stewart will take it. Ball in the middle for Hamlin. Hamlin gets the touch. Number 4, Travis Lewis in the game. Ball deflected. Boney ahead. Landault there to steal. Up to Lewis. Lewis over to Jamie. Into Holden Dumas. Jamie back to Helton. Helton into the corner for Lucas Teeter. Teeter connects with his left and plays it over the goal. Goal kick again for the Cougars. Rush Stewart back to take another goal kick. Lucas Nangle subbing out as Dunaway's back in the game. Played to Dunaway, drop back to Horton. Into the middle of the field. Trosper wins it to the far side for Teeter. Teeter being defended by Brake and knocked out of play by the Cougars throwing for the Bulldogs. Denton down to take the throw. Down to Teeter as Brake's there challenging. Teeter gets to the edge and gets a touch on the ball. Lucas Teeter there, drop back to Denton. Into the middle. Kauk lets it roll, shot by Helton and over the goal. And a goal kick for the Cougars is the result. Stewart again back to take the goal kick. Stewart to the far side. Denton gets a nice touch. Horton's there to clear. Into the middle of the field. Trosper heads it away to the far side. Denton and Brake come in. And foul called on Denton as he goes through Brake. It'll be a free kick for the Cougars. 2:30 left to play here in the first half. Carl Junction leading the New Heights Cougars 3-0. Anredder takes the free kick in, gets it all the way to Hamlin. Hamlin turns and plays it through to Jackson. Bourne shielding and drops it back to Miller. Miller punts it or chips it into the middle of the field. Dunaway heads it back off of Helton's back. Brake there gets a touch but can't possess as Helton steals. Played down the line. And Horton is there to poke it to the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for the Bulldogs after the substitution. Number 3, Gabe Weston checking in for the Bulldogs. Dominic Jamie will take a sub. Actually, Jamie's going to a midfield position, it looks like, as Trosper subbed out. Ball into Nolan Kauk. Kauk plays it across. Anrider there to win it. Back in the middle, deflected off of Schumacher. Into the attack for Teeter. Brake gets a touch to clear. Ball back to the far side. Denton there, turns it wide. Teeter connects as Brake comes in. Jackson Dunaway challenging. Ball played in, and Horton sweeps it to the corner. And another throw-in for the Bulldogs in the corner.
Pass was incomplete.
Denton takes the throw. Teeter gets it to his left, tries to get the shot off. Brandon Schumacher tries to clear. Falls to Helton. Helton looking for an angle, all the way into the box. Helton with his left. Stewart gets a hand on it, and Horton's able to clear. Ball falls to Jamie. Hamlin's able to win it back. Helton steps in to win. All the way back to Boren. Boren with his left to the far side. It goes over everyone and into the corner. It will be a goal kick for the Cougars. Just 30 seconds left here in the first half.
Corbin Harms on the carry, run out of bounds.
Stewart takes the kick to the middle of the field, goes through Jamie. Landalt's there, lets it run. Hamlin comes to challenge. Landalt plays it all the way back to Miller. Miller backspinning ball into the middle of the field. Anrider, good header back into the near side. Travis Lewis there to possess. Lewis down the line for Weston. Gabe Western can't control it. It's out of play for a throw-in for the Cougars, and we're pretty close to the halftime horn. There it is. All right, so 40 minutes of action. Bulldogs able to put 3 goals in and lead the Cougars 3-0 at half. We'll take a 10-minute break here for halftime and be back for the start of the second half. All right.
Good video from the sun.
Yeah, the sun's challenging at the moment.
Set up on the wrong side.
I know.
Is this yours?
Yeah. Well, it's the school's. It's called My Stage.
Nice.
All right, we're back, ready to start the second half. The Bulldogs have the ball. Mason Cowger looks to be taking the opening kick. That's the whistle, and we're underway. Ball played into the corner. And out of bounds, deep in the corner for the Cougars to take the throw. Lucas Nangle takes the throw in. Parker's there, heads it back to Helton. Helton trying to turn. Schumacher comes in, Helton stays on possession, over to Cowger. Cowger drops to Trosper. Trosper looks in, finds Brown. Brown receives and turns to Pena. And off the mark, Pena is limping. And it's a throw-in for the Cougars. Nangle down the line, Parker again heads it in, Dunaway heads it away, and out of play back to the Bulldogs. Parker takes the throw into the corner. Can't tell if Nangle got a touch there. He does play it out to the sideline, and it's a throw for the Bulldogs. Brown leaves it for Parker to come down into the corner to take the throw. Elliot Parker takes the throw in. Touched by, oh, what a shot by Walker. Saved by Stewart over the goal, and it's a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Horton headed that away, but right into a dangerous opportunity for Walker. Corner kick on the far side. Kale Trosper, the left-footed center back, will take the corner. Cowger coming short. Trosper plays it to him. Cowger drops it back to Trosper at the top. He wants it with his left foot off the post. Ball's loose and chipped over. Number 29, Cooper Page, got a touch on it. And it's a goal kick for the Cougars.
Kicking off for Carl Junction, Cayman Walker.
Jax Edson in at the right midfield position. Ball into the middle of the field. Ben Schumacher there to settle. Drops it back to Anredder. Anredder wide to Boney. Boney in possession, plays it down the line for Clevenger. Clevenger to Ben Schumacher. Schumacher gets challenged and knocked away by Walker. Last touch by the Cougars, throw-in for the Bulldogs in the attacking third. Hammond there to take the throw. Brown gets a touch. Fight for the ball as Cowger's on it. Clevenger, Schumacher, and Cowger all fight for it. Brandon Schumacher comes away with it. Plays it in the middle, gets through Helton. Dunaway on the turn, plays Hamlin in. Page is there to win it. Gets it to Parker. Parker with time in front. Plays it to the near side for Pena. Nangle steps and wins it down with his chest. Plays it to Edson. Edson down the line on the connection for Hamlin. Hamlin making the run, Bourne in front. Hamlin looking to play it across, deflected away by Parker. Bourne gets a touch on it, goes out of play, but Hamlin's back to the ball. Across the middle, Brandon Schumacher steps, but Cowger's there first. Cowger gets a touch on it. Brandon Schumacher's able to steal, plays it into Clevenger. Clevenger with his left, and Miller's right there to make the save.
Brandon, good work.
Miller rolls it out to the far side for Hammond. Cowger connects with Hammond. Actually just a little too far in front, throw in for the Cougars. Boney takes the throw. Clevenger, big touch back to Boney. He heads it in. Schumacher tries to clear it. Ball falls to Trosper. Ben Schumacher comes in, deflects it away. Cooper Page there, plays it to Hammond. Up to Cowger. Cowger trying to turn. Cowger plays the drop back to Cooper Page. Page short to Cowger. Tries to get through, deflected by Clevenger. Fight for possession. Brandon Schumacher there to shield. Tries to turn. Schumacher leaves it for his brother Ben. Ben on the run. Pena comes to challenge. Finds Brandon. Brandon Schumacher takes the space. Tries to play Ben in stolen away by Boren and over to Cowger. Mason Cowger takes Hammond on the overlap, but just too far out ahead, and another throw for the Cougars. Justin Boney there to take the throw. Boney, big throw down the line. Cowger gets the first touch back in the middle. Schumacher touches. Both players go down, and foul called on, I think it's on Brandon Schumacher. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Strasburg takes it quickly, finds Isaac Brown. Brown challenged by Horton. Able to get it back to Cowger. Cowger on the run. Into space. Horton's able to deflect. Ball falls to Strasburg. Ben Schumacher comes to pressure. Strasburg drops all the way back to Page. Page settles, looking at his options. Hamlin comes to challenge and knocked out a play. Actually, last touch, I guess it's just an errant pass is the ruling. Last touch by the Bulldogs. Another throw for the Cougars. Boney takes a throw up to Hamlin. Ball deflected, Ben Schumacher there. Helton comes in and challenges and wins it. Into the pass down the line for Walker. Anredder and Brown there. Anredder's able to turn. Pena comes in to challenge. Ball deflected by Walker. Walker into the counterattack. Players go down. Anredder's able to clear. Ball up to Brandon Schumacher. Helton comes in to challenge again. Schumacher's able to find space. Plays it wide to Clevenger. Clevenger settles. Tries to play it through. Hammond's there to deflect. Ball falls to Brandon Schumacher as Hammond and Schumacher challenge for the ball. And first foul called on Hammond as Schumacher is definitely holding by the end of it. Quick restart. Clevenger to Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher gets it over to Dunaway. Dunaway tries to get through the challenge as Cowger steals. Mason Cowger out on the counter. Cowger plays Brown in. And Evan Horton there to clear it out to the corner, corner kick for the Bulldogs. Cooper Page checking out of the game, and so is Isaac Brown as Nolan Kauk and Ryan Landahl check in. Mason Cowger headed to the corner to take the corner kick. Juan Pena also subbing out as Dominic Jamie checks back in. Pena is definitely favoring that right foot. Cowger takes the driving ball in. Dunaway wins it away with his shoulder. Jax Edson there. Edson trying to clear. Landahl's able to keep it back in, but it deflects to Cowger, who is in an offside position, and it will be a free kick for the Cougars. Restart short, Dunaway to Anredder. Anredder drag touch across the middle, deflected by Cowger, falls to Helton. Helton wants the shot, Ben Schumacher steps in and gets a deflection, and the ball falls to Stewart in the box. Stewart quickly throws it out to Clevenger. Clevenger tries to touch down the line, Sam Hammond comes in and deflects. Ball back in the middle of the field, Trosper there. Drop back to Boren. Boren with his left. Plays Jamie in, but too direct, and Stewart's there in the box to grab it. Stewart here to the near side for Dunaway. Helton comes up to pressure. Dunaway touch as he's double teamed, trying to find a way through. Ball deflected to Edson. Parker and Edson challenge for the ball, knocked last off Parker, and a throw in for the Cougars. Lucas Nangle comes up to take the throw. Into Hamlin. Hamlin still has it in, plays it across for Dunaway. Can't control it as Kauk steals. Kauk makes a move through, and then plays Helton in. Josh Helton to the corner, being defended by Nangle. Gets to the edge, plays it across. Challenge in the box, and Brandon Schumacher's able to clear. Hammond back to the ball. Boney, comes and is able to win it and plays it out the sideline. And it's a throw in for the Bulldogs. Ball back into Trosper. Trosper sends it in. Kauk heads it towards the goal, and off the football field goal post. It's a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Another nice save by Rush Stewart off the directed header by Nolan Kauk.
Kevin Wood on the carry for a Carl Junction first down.
30 minutes left here in the second half. Bulldogs leading 3-0 over the Cougars. Cowger takes the shot in. Stewart's able to get in the air and grab it. Stewart plays it out to Schumacher. Hammond gets the first touch. Boney heads it back to Ben Schumacher. Drop back to Brandon. Brandon gets to the challenge on Kauk. Plays it back to Ben. Back into the middle. Anredder there with his left. Plays it into the middle of the field. Parker makes a touch wide to Trosper.
Trevin Wood on the carry.
Trosper over to Hammond. Plays it down the line. Jaden Walker there being defended by Boney. Walker makes a touch in to get into the box. Gets through Anredder. Falls to Kauk. And Cowger off the post. Nangle tries to clear, hits Jamie. Kauk back to the ball, stepped in, and Edson steals. Edson back to the middle. Dunaway gets it, tries to clear, knocked off Trosper. Boren steps in, plays it back into Jamie. Jamie across the box. Brandon Schumacher's able to clear. Parker heads it over to the near side and out of play, and it's a throw for the Cougars. Lucas Nangle comes up to take the throw. Ball into Hamlin. Hamlin carrying down the line. Hamlin still on the ball. And foul called on Hamlin as he tripped up Boren. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Landault takes the kick into Trosper. Trosper with space, plays into Cowger. Ben Schumacher steps in to win it. Cowger's able to win it back and fight for the ball. Foul called on Cowger. A free kick for the Cougars. Anredder there to take the free kick. Driving ball in. Hamlin gets a touch. Helton's there to clear. Chips it back into the middle for Kauk. Kauk touches it back, deflected by Dunaway. Hamlin comes in to challenge. Kauk able to repossess, plays it wide to Hammond. Hammond down the line, up to Walker. Boney tightly defending. Walker loses out a play and a throw in for the Cougars. Boney, big throw up to Schumacher. Ben Schumacher receives to turn. Landault defending. Schumacher with space in the middle, drops it back to Dunaway. Jamie comes on the challenge. Dunaway drops it to Anredder. Anredder quickly to the near side for Nangle. Nangle looks at his option, plays it to Edson. Edson being challenged by Parker, tries to play it through on the bridge touch. Parker wins it back down the line. Dunaway comes to pressure and steals. Dunaway on the turn, nice croqueta. Ball deflected by Edson, falls to Helton. Up to Jamie, finds Kauk. Kauk looking to switch the field. Walker's over on the far side as Boney comes to pressure. Cowger back to Walker into the corner, and that's going to roll out on the sideline. It's a throw in for the Cougars in the far corner.
First down and goal to go.
We're stopping the clock. Looks like there's an injury. Okay, we're restarting the clock for the throw-in. Cowger subs out as Denton checked in for the Bulldogs. Ball over to Walker. Walker tries to touch through Boney. He's there to defend and knocks out a play. Throw-in for the Bulldogs. Ball into the corner. Walker's able to turn. Plays it into Kauk. Ball comes loose and Dunaway clears to the sideline. And another throw for the Bulldogs.
Raiden Woods on the carry for a Carl
Into Denton.
Junction touchdown.
Clevenger's able to get a touch away to Hamlin. Hamlin turns to the corner. Titus Clevenger finds Dunaway on the run. Dunaway plays it down the line, deflected by Hammond, falls to Trosper. Trosper back into the middle for Helton. Helton with space. To Kauk, back to Helton. From the top, Helton into the box. Horton steps, Helton far post, and he puts it in. And the Bulldogs score the fourth goal to lead 4-0.
2-point conversion is good.
Josh Brown on the pep band. here for the Bulldogs.
Oliver, 12.
All right, restart of play. 4-0 now the lead for the Bulldogs. Boney plays it ahead, deflected by Kauk, and Anritter clears it. Hey, we should get a point for that! Jose, count that goal! Clevenger in possession.
Dana Grigg kicking off the Carl Junction.
Foul called on the Bulldogs. It's a free kick for the Cougars. Anritter there to take the free kick.
On the return, recovered by Bolivar.
Ball on the ground. Ben Schumacher there. Back to Anritter. Pressure comes from Denton and Kauk. Anritter all the way back to Stewart. Stewart back into the middle of the field. Finds Dunaway. Dunaway, nice settle. Able to open up to turn to Edson on the near side. Edson tries to play it through. Parker deflects. Edson wins it back. Denton comes in on the tackle and repossessed by the Bulldogs. Jamie gets a touch to the sideline, carrying down into the corner. Nangle in front, goes to the ground. Jamie able to stay on it. Across to the middle for Denton. Denton, nice touch to get to space to his left, and ball deflected and falls to Stewart in the box.
Pass was complete to Henry Taylor.
Stewart with the top spinning ball. Parker heads it down, Dunaway there. Helton comes in to steal, gets it to Trosper. Ben Schumacher deflects, ball falls to Hamlin. Trosper's able to win it back, plays it to the near side for Jamie. Edson steps in to win it. Edson up ahead to Hamlin. Hamlin chasing on Parker. Parker makes a touch to the sideline and out of play, throw in for the Cougars. Hamlin makes a throw to Schumacher on the run. Helton steals. Ball across to Denton. Hamlin tries to take it from behind. Denton's able to stay on it, plays it with his left all the way in. Nangle there is going to shield, and Stewart's able to pick it up in the corner of the box. Quickly out to Edson. Edson touched back to Nangle. Nangle settles back to Edson. Edson into the middle, nobody there to connect for the Cougars. Denton plays it into Helton. Dunaway steals. Ball deflected by Jamie. Nangle plays it back into the middle. Schumacher heads it forward. Landau lets it roll as he finds his shape. Ball back in the middle for Denton. Denton to Trosper. Trosper turning, looking for an option. Edson challenging. Trosper carrying down the near side. Edson comes in and wins the challenge. Edson tries to carry it down the line as Parker steps in and deflects it away, and a throw in for the Cougars. Ruben Brake at the line to check in for the Cougars. He checks in for Brandon Schumacher.
Pass was incomplete.
All right, Rue, we need your flex side. Let's go. Come on, Green. Let's get in it.
Nangle down the line. Gets to Hamlin. Being defended by Trosper. Schumacher gets a touch. Stolen back by Trosper. Parker on the line. Parker able to keep it in, cuts it back.
There you go, there you go.
Challenged by Dunaway and knocked out of play. Throw in for the Cougars. Nangle with the throw back into Schumacher. Ben Schumacher shielding on Parker. Able to win possession. Schumacher across the field, deflected by Kauk. Ruben Brake there, gets a touch. Being challenged by Trosper. Trosper's able to win it. Finds space, cuts it back into the middle, but Dunaway's there to steal. Dunaway carrying ahead, looking for Hamlin through. Plays it right off Hamlin's back, and Dominic Jamie's able to clear. Ball falls to Ben Schumacher. Being challenged by Parker. Schumacher on it. Drop back to Horton, who plays it to Nangle. Nangle back into the middle. Nobody's there to connect, and stolen by Trosper. Denton plays it into Kauk on the turn. Kauk plays Helton in, being defended by Horton and Nangle. Helton stays on it, deflected by Anredder on the cross. Walker and Anredder fight for the ball. Walker goes to the ground hard, and foul called on the Cougars. Free kick for the Bulldogs in a dangerous spot. Trosper and Kauk over the ball. Trosper now going to the corner as Kauk will take the free kick. 5 players to the left for the Bulldogs. Kauk chips it into the backside and all the way through. Goal kick for the Cougars. 20 minutes left to play, 4-0 the score. Cougars trailing the Bulldogs. Max Anredder back to take the goal kick for the Cougars. Plays it short to Horton. Horton opens up to see what he's got. Into the middle for Dunaway, poked away by Helton. Into the box, and Horton tries to sweep it away. Stewart gets there to cover it. Stewart taking his time. Side spinning ball, it's coming at us. Edson gets a touch. Jamie and Edson. Edson steals. Jax Edson trying to make the cutback move, still on it. Gets pushed over, and foul called on the Bulldogs. Free kick for the Cougars.
Carl Junction takes over on down.
Max Anredder coming in to take the restart. Looking for Clevenger on the backside. Good ball over the top. Clevenger's there, and Landal's able to clear. All the way up to Kauk. Kauk tries to sweep it to the far side, falls to Trosper. It back to Kauk. Kauk with some room, break challenging. Kauk plays the through ball, nice ball to Walker to connect. Walker's into the box, shot, and Stewart's there to make the great save. Stewart with the throw out to Clevenger, over to Boney. Boney being challenged by Walker and knocked out a play last on the Cougars, throwing for the Bulldogs. Lucas Denton checking out of the game as
Good Jack.
Good job, Jack.
okay, that's number 18. Holden Dumas checking in the game for the Bulldogs. Throw in for the Cougars. Boney, big throw into the middle. Landalt there. Hamlin challenging. Boren plays it to the far side for Hammond. Foul called on the Cougars, and it's a free kick for the Bulldogs from about 30 out on the sideline. Nolan Kauk over the ball to take the kick. 2-man wall for the Cougars. Trosper wide with Clevenger defending. 4 players for the Bulldogs at the top. Ball sent in, and Stewart's there to take it out of the air. Stewart quickly out to the near side. Brandon Schumacher along with Josh Helton. Helton's able to clear it to the sideline, and a throw in for the Cougars. Oliver, back up, back up. Nangle there to take the throw. Gets it into Hamlin. Hamlin settles. Carrying across the middle. Trosper comes in to challenge. Holden Dumas there to receive the ball. Played across to Hammond on the run. Hammond in. Gets it to Kauk. Kauk tries his turn. Plays it through for Parker. Parker's into the box. Makes a touch back. Nangle in front. Parker kicks it across to Kauk. Anredder pokes it away to the far side. And Boney's able to clear.
Touchdown, Carl
Walker
Junction.
steps into pressure. Clevenger and Helton on the far side. Helton still pressuring with Clevenger. And foul called on Helton. It will be a free kick for the Cougars.
How about a card on that one, ref?
And it's going to be a free kick for the Cougars Clevenger up and walking slowly. Restart a play, Schumacher carrying. Makes the challenge on Walker. Dropping back to Anretter on the back line. Anretter dropping all the way back to Stewart. Kauk pressuring, Stewart makes the touch to Anretter. Walker coming in on the pressure. Anretter fighting through the challenge and still fighting, and finally a foul called on the Bulldogs. It'll be a free kick for the Cougars. Just under 16 left to play in here in the second half. Bulldogs over the Cougars 4-0. Max Anretter there to take the kick. Side spinning ball. Landahl gets a touch back to the middle. Dumas there sweeps it into Helton into the attack. Helton tries to play Kauk in, but Horton's there to steal. Over to the near side, Jamie and Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher gets the touch and gets tripped up. Able to get back to it, plays it to Hamlin on the connection.
Good job, Brandon. Good run. Good run.
Hamlin carrying into the box. To the end line, plays it across and too deep. And ref's ruling it's out the end line, so it's going to be a goal kick restart for the Bulldogs.
Two-point conversion is no
Isaac
good.
Brown checking in the game for
To Bolivar 12.
the Bulldogs.
Carl Junction 34.
Bulldogs making a little shift as Parker drops back to left back. Trasper goes to left center back, and Jamie goes to the defensive mid position. Ball to Landahl on the far side over to Hammond. Clevenger comes in, pressure to steal, and plays it out of play back to the Bulldogs. Hammond takes the throw down the line. Kauk there, break defending. Kauk's able to shield and turn. Back into the middle for Helton. Helton plays it back to Kauk, but Kauk stopped his run as he was hit. And it's a out of play, a throw in for the Cougars. Bunny takes a throw into Ben. Back to Clevenger.
And a Gray kicking off of Carl Junction.
Schumacher steps in and deflects Helton's run out of play, and a throw in for the Bulldogs. Ball down the line, Boney steps in to steal. Falls to Kauk. Kauk carrying into space, gives it to Jamie. Jamie across the field, that plays the drop to Trosper. Schumacher comes up to pressure. Brandon Schumacher deflects it back to Trosper into the middle for Jamie. Dunaway comes in and steals. Dunaway on the Maradona. Still on the ball. Drops it back to Nangle. Nangle with some pressure finds Ben Schumacher in the middle. Schumacher with Helton on his back. Tries to get through the challenge. Landahl steals, gets it to Kauk. Kauk on the turn with some space. Gets through the first challenge. Anretter steps and deflects. Dunaway steals, gets it to Hamlin. Hamlin turning. Plays Schumacher through. Ball deflected by Parker. Brandon Schumacher there, still on the ball. Looking for an option, drops to Dunaway. Dunaway gets a touch, and Dumas gets called for the foul. Free kick for the Cougars.
Way to fight, Jackson. Go, T.
See you, Brandon.
Ben, see it.
Jackson Campbell on the carry.
Anretter driving ball in. Deflected off Jamie and Dunaway. Hamlin tries to turn. Ball played to the corner and not the sideline. And a throw in for the Cougars in the attacking third. "12 minutes left to play here in the second half. Cougars trailing 4-0. Jackson Dunaway over to take the throw for the Cougars. Hamlin checks to the ball, being defended by Trosper. Hamlin trying to turn to the corner. Parker steps in and deflects, and it's another throw for the Cougars. Hamlin into Dunaway. Pressure by Brown. Brown gets a touch to the ball. Dunaway back to it. Hamlin on it as he carries across. Trosper steps in and deflects. Schumacher's able to turn. Brandon Schumacher on the ball, takes the strike, deflected off Parker. Loose ball is Landalt's there. Ben Schumacher coming to pressure. Landahl to the corner, still on control. Fight for the ball as Landal's still on it. Ben Schumacher challenging, and foul called on. Is it a foul or is it a foul called on Schumacher? It'll be a free kick for the Bulldogs in the corner.
Big deep green.
Win it back right here, Ben.
Let's go, Ben.
Landal taking the kick from the corner, a reverse corner kick. Brown gets the touch. Dunaway defending. Brown plays it in the middle for Helton. Helton touch scene to turn. Break defending, gets it to Jamie. Ball deflected. Dunaway gets it to Ben Schumacher. Plays Hamlin in. And Hamlin's offside. And it will be a
Good effort, boys. Keep
free
working.
kick for the Bulldogs at about the 25 out from the goal. The football 15. Blake Miller there to take the offside free kick. Miller with the back spinning ball to the far side. Boney wins the header, gets it to Clevenger. Hammond comes in to shield. Hammond with the drop to Landal. Landal on the ground, back to Hammond on the far side. Hammond with room to turn, carrying down the right side as Brake comes in to challenge. Up to Kauk. Kauk turns, plays it back to Jamie. Jamie in, but Dunaway's there to steal. Dunaway to Hamlin. Hamlin makes a touch through. Hamlin's still on the ball. And all the way through, Miller will bring it into the box to pick up. Miller actually keeps it on the ground, plays it to Trosper.
Let's go, Brandon.
Trosper wide to Parker. Brandon Schumacher comes in, wins the challenge, able to keep it in.
Yes, Brandon.
Ball dropped
We'll take the foul there.
Hey, what do you call that?
Come on.
and out, down the line. Trosper back to the ball. Up to Parker, into the middle for Jamie. To Brown on the sideline. Brandon Schumacher takes out Parker and draws the foul. Free kick for the Bulldogs. Trosper into the middle. Helton's there with some space. Makes the touch back to Jamie. Jamie across, and Angle sweeps it away. Parker's there. Gets it to Jamie, settled down with his chest, but Brandon Schumacher fighting for position. And out the sideline, throw into the Bulldogs. Parker takes the quick throw to the corner. Brown and Nangle challenging. Brown's able to keep it in. Nangle sweeps it. Parker's there, chips it in. Horton clears all the way up to Hamlin. Hamlin with a nice touch on the turn. Hamlin down the line and out of play. And a throw in for the Bulldogs. Good decision, Kaysen. Keep it out of the trouble.
Yep, good job, Ben. Come on, guys. Keep it up, Green.
Kale Trosper here to take the throw. On the restart. Gets it up to Kauk. Kauk heads it forward. Horton sweeps it back into the middle. Lucas Denton settles it down with his chest. Finds Kauk. Kauk turns into the box. Challenged by Horton, I'm sorry, and Lucas Teeter back and then gets a touch on it, goes out the end line. And it's a goal kick for the Cougars. 7 minutes left in the second half. Henry takes the goal kick. Headed away by Hammond. And it's a throw in on the far side for the Cougars. Boney takes the throw in. Schumacher heads it back to his brother Brandon. Played in by Denton to Kauk. Kauk turns and plays it through. Brown there, Nangle, nice idea just to sweep it away. Turns into a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Lucas Denton there to take the corner. Subs coming in the game for the Bulldogs. Travis Lewis checking in for Sam Hammond and Cooper Page checking in for Trosper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, Trosper's checking out still. All right, whistle holding up play for the restart on the corner. Denton plays the spinning ball in. Anredder's able to head it away. Hamlin there receives it down and turns. Challenge for the ball, falls to Brown. Mangle defending, Brown drops to Dumas. Hamlin comes in and is able to play it down the line on the steal. And ball back to the Cougars. Case and Hamlin there to take the throw, plays it up to Brandon Schumacher. Pressure from behind on Western, and foul called for the free kick for the Cougars. Hamlin takes the restart into the middle for Landault. Up to Western. Good challenge by Schumacher. Brandon, keep working, but don't get a card. Don't do anything stupid.
My first thought was he was a mime trying to pull himself up.
Hamlin challenging on Western, knocked out of play. Gabe Western takes the throw. Brown heads it back into the middle. Ben Schumacher's there, tries to settle. Kauk steals. Kauk looks ahead, plays it through for Brown. Brown chased to the corner. He's able to get there. Horton comes over to challenge. Brown plays it across. Nangle, nice touch, tries to clear it away. Western's there, plays it back in. Nangle and Brown challenge for the ball. Brown's able to get there. Brown turns it wide, and Nangle sweeps it away to the sideline. Throw in for the Bulldogs, under 5 to play. Western takes a throw. Nangle deflects it off of Dunaway. Dunaway tries to clear to the sideline. Ball bouncing, and Kauk will let it roll for a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Nolan Kauk looking to take it quickly.
Score with 4:01 to go.
Kauk low in and off the post and out of play. Goal kick for the Cougars.
34.
Trosper back at the line to check in. Actually, never mind. He's going to the bench. Okay, restart on the goal kick for the Cougars. Max Anredder there to take the kick. Ball on the ground. Dunaway's there. Chips it up in the air. Dumas challenging. Dominic Jamie plays it in. Horton clears it to the near side. And off the top of the fence. Back into play for a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Ball thrown into Jamie. Knocked out of play. Throw-in for the Cougars. Horton takes the throw into Ben Schumacher. Schumacher tracks back to win it. Makes the turn. Schumacher with space in the middle. Plays Dunaway. Dunaway turning, plays Hamlin down the line. Hamlin tries to touch it down the line, but out of play. And throw in for the Bulldogs. Quick throw in. Nangle's there, plays it back in. Hamlin makes the touch on the settle. Ball's loose as Dunaway comes in the challenge with Jamie. And knocked out of play. Throw in for the Cougars.
Onside kick was covered by Ezra Hall.
Nangle takes a throw. Dumas there to win it down with his chest. Plays it up ahead for Brown. Brown almost got the touch to settle, but couldn't control it. Out of play, back to the Cougars. Lucas Nangle takes a throw back down the line. Hamlin touch to settle. Able to turn. Hamlin makes the challenge as Western steps in. Knocked off Dunaway's hand, and Nangle plays it back into the middle. Landault heads it down, breaks there with the touch. Break plays it over the top for Schumacher to chase. Western and Schumacher chase to the corner. Western heads it out of play, and a throw for the Cougars. Brandon Schumacher will leave it for Hamlin to take the throw. Hamlin into Ben Schumacher. Leaves it for Hamlin. Hamlin drilling across. Plays it in with his left, and rolling all the way into Miller in the box. Miller takes a throw into Kauk. Break in front. Kauk looking to switch the field. Plays it over to Travis Lewis on the far side. Lewis connects to Denton. Good ball into Lucas Teeter. Teeter out on the run. Makes the shot off the side of the net. And it's a goal kick for the Cougars under 2 minutes to play.
Easton Endicott on the carry.
Anredder side spinning ball to the far side for Clevenger. Clevenger gets the touchdown. Able to turn on Teeter, stolen away by Lewis. Lewis plays it in, Brake steals. Brake clears it out. Ben Schumacher there to settle. Over to Clevenger. Clevenger with some room in front as Lewis comes to pressure. Lewis comes in on the tackle and clears out a play. And a throw in back to the Cougars. A minute left to play. Boney with a throw into Schumacher. Ben Schumacher looking to turn. Drops it back to Boney and out of play on the sideline. Throw in back to the Bulldogs. Lewis with the big throw. Goes over Kauk. Touched back by Denton to Kauk for the shot, but wide of the frame.
Walker on the carry.
And another goal kick for the Cougars. 30 seconds left to play. Anredder on the ground. Denton gets a touch but falls to Brake. Brake with space, looking to play it through. Landalt there to settle. Landalt to the near side. Nangle steps to win it. And that's the final horn. We're a little bit ahead. I stopped the clock on the clock stoppage on the other official, but I don't think this official stopped the clock, so the time was just a little bit off. But that's the final score. Cougars 0, Bulldogs 4. We'll take a 10-minute break here for the JV warm-up and then be back for a JV half.
Heyman Walker on
Yeah, they can if they want it, or they can head out. All right, we're back for the JV half. Sun is at its best right now. 35-minute clock. We'll play one half here. Bulldogs took the kick into the corner and throw in for the Cougars. Number 33, that's Tim Clark there to take the throw. Gets it in Dumas, heads it forward. Nangle there being challenged by number 34, Samson Cooper. Nangle's able to come away with it, plays it up to Reether. Clark gets a touch on the ball and cleared away back to the Bulldogs for a throw. Cooper on the far side and challenged by Smathers. Falls to Lucas Teeter. Teeter on the challenge. Dunaway comes in. Smathers back to the ball. Dumas steps in and cleared away by the Cougars, but a foul on the play as Dumas is down hurt. Dumas has had some issues with that ankle. Hopefully it didn't turn his ankle on the foul. Dumas walking off very gingerly. Lucas Denton will take the free kick from about 30 out, call it 28 out. Titus Clevenger playing in the goal today for the Cougars. I think that's Titus. Yeah. Holden Dumas still gingerly walking off the field. Lucas Denton takes the kick, and it's good. 3 points through the uprights. Ref signals the extra point is good. All right, goal kick for the Cougars. Titus Clevenger back to take the kick. Back spinning ball to the middle. Ball lands. Western plays it back into the middle. Number 34, Cooper makes a touch over to the near side as Crumrine plays it ahead. Number 6, Whitley, Boston Whitley plays it out the sideline to clear the threat and a throw in for the Cougars. Reether leaves it for Smathers to take the throw. Smathers into break. Break wins it down. Gets tripped up and foul called on the Bulldogs. Free kick for the Cougars from 30 out. Brogan Reether setting up to take the kick. Reether, good ball, and count it. A field goal answer for the Cougars. If we're playing football, we got a 3-3 score. All right, goal kick for the Bulldogs. Touch short to Page. Page to the far side. That's number 35 over there, Miles Williams. Throw in by Trosper, Hudson Trosper. Lucas Teeter carrying down the line as Ben Bandy defends in front. Teeter tries to get to the edge, plays it across, and ruled out the end line. It's a goal kick for the Cougars. Ball in. Number 26 is Hudson Trosper, takes the throw in for the Bulldogs. Williams chasing to the corner. Bandy taps it out and a throw for the Bulldogs. Williams takes the throw short to Teeter. Teeter tries to turn. Ramos defending. Teeter plays it across, and Clevenger's there to pick it up. Clevenger out to the near side. Number 33, Tim Clark, steps in and deflects it out the sideline. Throw in again for the Cougars. Jason Crumrine takes the throw down the line. Ball back into the middle. Break and Denton there. Denton chips it over the top. Spencer Jackson back in the middle. Jackson touches it to the near side. Dunaway tips it back to Crumrine. Crumrine on the ground to Dunaway. Dunaway double teamed by number 14, that's Jack Eaker, and number 8, Lucas Denton. Denton comes away with the ball on the turn, loses his feet as Brake steals. Brake plays it ahead to Dunaway, but too far ahead, and out of play back to the Bulldogs. Clark down the line, Crumrine heads it back in. Clark back into the sideline. Eaker tries to play it in with his left and out of play. Crumrine ahead to Reether. Brake steals into the attack. Sparlin steps up, plays it, good ball to Clark on the near side. Dunaway comes in on the challenge with Eaker. Western there heads it back to the near side. Clark plays it ahead, Dunaway deflects. Back to Clark, into the middle of the field. Teeter's there, Lucas Teeter looking to turn. Plays it to Denton, Denton on the switch. Williams chases. Clevenger comes out and plays it back in the middle with his left. Denton back to the ball from the top. Gets through the challenge. Denton still on the ball. Ball's loose as Williams gets to it and knocked out of play by the Cougars. Corner kick upcoming. Denton over to take the corner for the Bulldogs. Back spinning ball and on the back of the net. Goal kick for the Cougars. Mangle takes the goal kick into the middle. Smathers heads it into the air. Smathers wins the second header all the way over to Edson. Jax Edson back into the middle. Spencer Jackson comes in and clears. Boston Whitley plays it back in. Smathers plays it through for Brake. Cooper Page there first. Brake challenging, ball loose in the middle. Trosper comes in. Hudson Trosper able to win it at his feet. Plays it back to Western on the turn. Dunaway challenging. Up to Denton. Denton being challenged by Jackson as it's played through and deflected by Dunaway. Denton plays the drop back to Page. Cooper Page over to the near side for Whitley. Reether challenging as Whitley carries down the line. Smathers comes in on the tackle. Whitley plays it down to Eaker, but out of play. I'm sorry, that was Cooper, Samson Cooper. And out of play back to the Cougars. Western comes in, gets the challenge up to Eaker. Across the field, Denton plays Williams in. Williams with a lot of speed as Ramos is there and gets it to Clevenger to clear. Titus Clevenger playing the goal, clears it out to the far side, and it'll be another throw in for the Bulldogs. And we almost have that sun under that tree line. It'll make the last 25 minutes of this game more enjoyable. Ball knocked out of play by the Bulldogs and a throw for the Cougars. Brandon Ramos over to take the throw. Into Bandy. Bandy chips it up. Denton in the air, trying to win the header. Eaker over to Williams. Jackson there gets a touch for the Cougars over to Edson and knocked out of play back to the Cougars. Ramos takes the throw down the line. Smathers plays it high into the air. Reether's there for it. Reether, nice settle. Plays the drop, but not enough on it as Eaker steals. Crumrine, good step, wins it back to Reether. Reether being challenged by Western, still on the ball. Drop back to Jackson. Spencer Jackson across, but Cooper's there to steal. Ball over the far side. Williams down the line, Ramos defending, and knocks him off the ball. And it's a throw in for the Bulldogs. Hudson Trosper there to take the throw, gets it into Teeter. Lucas Teeter trying to turn, clipped away by Jackson. Western with his left plays it in, and Clevenger's there to scoop it up. Clevenger takes the punted ball into the middle. Denton's able to settle, plays the ball on the ground in for Williams. Clevenger over there to the corner of the box and able to pick it up. 24 minutes left to play here in this JV half, no score yet. Ball to the far side. Page shielding it out of play, and it'll be a throw for the Bulldogs. Page throw into Williams. Page chips it ahead to Teeter. Teeter trying to turn, Bandy in front. Teeter gets the edge. Bandy's still on him. Teeter trying to make the turn across and plays it in short on the corner, and Clevenger's there to pick it up. Titus Clevenger, top spinning punt away into the middle of the field for Jackson Dunaway. Headed over for Jax Edson. And Trosper heads it over to Williams, but out of play, and a throw in back to the Cougars. Ramos there to take the throw. Plays to Dunaway. A whistle on the play as it went out of play, and it's a throw back to the Bulldogs. Trosper takes the quick throw. Knocked away by the Cougars. Breaks there on the turn. Plays it in, but nobody's there, and Denton steals and clears. Up to Teeter. Teeter wide to Williams. Williams can't control the touch, and out of play back to the Cougars. Throw in, Denton wins it, back to Teeter. Again sending Williams to the corner, Bandy defending. And Bandy's able to knock it out of play, back to a throw in for the Bulldogs. "22 minutes. Can you check the stream to make sure it's still working?" Some subs coming in the game for the Bulldogs. That Sun's right at the check-in line. I can't really see who's over there. Handball called on the Bulldogs. It's a free kick. Okay, let's see. That's number 21 and number 19. 19 is Guerrero and 21 is Poroj. That checked in the game for the Bulldogs. Clevenger takes the free kick. Williams there to steal. Ramos, nice positioning, able to win it back. Ramos down the line, trying to connect to Edson, but out of play, and back to the Bulldogs. Poroj gets the header into the middle for Ecker. Challenge for the ball as the Cougars come down with it. That's Dunaway. Dunaway out on the attack. Dunaway carrying to the near side as Crumrine takes the overlap. Ball played across to Break on the near side. Ribbon Break all the way to it, takes it with his left and plays it wide of the frame. Goal kick for the Bulldogs. 21 minutes left to play here in the JV half. Number 6, Boston Whitley, the sophomore, there to take the goal kick for the Bulldogs. Whitley with the backspinning ball into the center. Number 14, Ecker, plays it over the top. Mangle there, challenged by Guerrero. Number 28, that's Cardwell. Edson's able to possess, gets it to Ramos. Challenged by Trosper. Hudson Trosper carrying down the line and out of play back to the Cougars. Reiner Ramos there to take the throw.
I'd like to congratulate Charles Bulldogs soccer on the victory.
Down the line for Edson. Edson plays it back across the middle, deflected off Dunaway. Whitley plays it back in. Guerrero there trying to turn. Plays it with his left to number 34, Cooper. Challenged by Smathers. Cooper's able to make the turn. Plays it in with his left and all the way in with no connection. Clevenger's able to pick it up. Titus Clevenger punts it back into the middle of the field. Number 1 is Sir. Edson steals. And cleared away by 33, Tim Clark. Throw in for the Cougars. Jackson takes the throw down the line and deflected away by Trosper. Another throw for the Cougars. Spencer Jackson there to take the throw, gets it into Jax Edson. The ball falls through to Brake. Brake pokes it forward, and Sparlin is there in the goal to take it out of the air. Sparlin punting back to the middle of the field, and Angle wins the header down, all the way up to Brake on the turn. Brake chips it over the top. Nobody there to connect as Sparlin's there to pick up the bouncing ball. Sparlin punting it to the far side. Ramos wins the header back to the middle. Poroj and Dunaway there challenged for the ball. Falls to Edson. Ball deflected away by the Bulldogs. Williams on the far side. Plays it back to Trosper. Deflected by Edson and out of play back to the Bulldogs. Trosper takes the throw. Ramos deflects over to Edson. Edson trying to sweep it back into the middle. Makes a touch wide. And ruled a throw in for the Bulldogs. Trosper takes the quick throw down the line. Bandy's there. Bandy settles, trying to touch wide. Able to possess as Williams challenges. Poroj comes in, Anthony Poroj, and knocks it out of play. And it's a throw in for the Cougars. Ramos there to take the throw. Plays it in quickly to Brake. Knocked away by Whitley, and another throw for the Cougars. Brake takes the throw. Devin Sir, the senior defender, clears it away. Guerrero and Bandy challenge for the ball in the corner and out of play back to the Bulldogs for a throw in the attacking third. Anthony Poroj plays it in. Bandy there to settle. Sir defending on, or challenging on it. And off of Williams, goal kick for the Cougars.
Recovered by number 18, Griffin Beachler.
The Bulldogs are making a goalie change. That's number 67, Van Wollenhaus, subbing in for Wyatt Sparlin. Lucas Nangle subbing out of the game also for the Cougars as Kason Hamlin checks in. Okay, restart on the goal kick. Clevenger plays it short to Crumrine. Crumrine down the line for Dunaway. Dunaway's able to settle and turn. Plays it ahead for Brant Smathers to make the overlapping run. Sir guides it out of play, and a throw in for the Bulldogs. Clark there to take the throw. Headed away by Reether. And out the opening in the gate, and it's another throw for the Bulldogs. Clark chased it out of play and ready for the throw in. Ball back into Poroj. Jax Dunaway makes a nice touch into space. Dunaway still on the ball. Gets challenged by Eaker. Ball falls to Smathers. Poroj tries to deflect. Sir comes in. Reether gets a touch on it in the midfield, looking to switch it over to Edson. Edson has time, cuts it back into the middle. Edson still on the ball as he leaves it for Spencer Jackson. Rolls past Jackson as Guerrero comes in, challenged by Smathers. Ball loose as Sir clears it away, and all the way back to Clevenger. Clevenger steps up and punts it back to the top. all the way past the top challenge. Clark heads it back into the middle of the field. Trosper there to clear it to the near side for Ecker. Ecker heads it, and Crumrine heads it out of play. Throw in for the Bulldogs. 15 minutes left here in the JV half. Good throw in down the line into the attack. Cooper and Crumrine there. Clevenger steps up and clears it all the way up to Brake. Brake gets a touch. Either settles, finds Dunaway. Dunaway carrying down the line. Whitley challenging. Boston Whitley, as Dunaway cuts it back, plays it across. Nice touch by Trosper to clear as Williams chases to the sideline and out of play back to the Cougars for a throw. Edson takes the throw into Brake. Sir there gets it to Trosper. Trosper turns, Edson deflects. Trosper there on the sideline plays it ahead to Williams. Williams able to keep it in. No whistle is blown, actually out of play, throwing back to the Cougars. Still no score, 14 minutes left here in the JV half. Edson into Jackson, Sir deflects. Whitley makes a swirling touch, running across the side. Clark comes over and deflects it out of play, and it's a throw in for the Cougars. Brant Smathers there to take the throw quickly into Hamlin. Hamlin all the way across to Edson. Nice ball. Edson trying to settle. Williams challenging from behind. Edson gets in. Sir there makes a touch, falls to Brake, and cleared away by Clark. Challenge for the ball. Bandy plays it in. All the way to Edson. Edson with some room. Trosper comes to challenge, gets it through to Jackson. Whitley there and clears it to the far side. And throw in again for the Cougars. Bryner Ramos there to take the throw for the Cougars. Jax Dunaway, I'm sorry, subbing out of the game. I didn't see who came in. Oh, Brandon Schumacher comes in his place. Ball on the far side, breaks there. Knocked out of play and a throw in for the Bulldogs. Trosper into Poros. Played down the line. Bandy chases as Williams gets there, and Bandy plays it out of play. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Williams takes the throw into Porage. Williams, Jackson, Edson. Spencer Jackson comes away with it into the middle of the field. Ecker's there, plays it into the middle, and Clevenger calls off Crumrine as he clears it away. Over to the near side, Reether heads it forward as Clark challenges. Clark clears it to the sideline and out of play here in front of us. Throw in for the Cougars.
Two-point conversion is good. Number 8, Eli Schultz. We have 4:40 left in the first quarter.
Do what?
Pearl Junction 8, Bolivar 0.
I know, just run out just for you.
All right, Crumrine now ready to take the throw. Plays it down the line. Clark heads it away. And back to the Cougars. Crumrine takes the throw to Smathers. Ecker with the push in the back and foul called. And it's a free kick for the Cougars. Hamlin there to take the kick. Hamlin plays it across, gets all the way through to Edson. Edson makes a touch into Reether. Cleared away by the Bulldogs, but back to Ramos. Gets it to Edson. Edson turns and shoots. And the keeper, Woolenhaus, there to make the save. Thrown out to the near side. Crumrine steps, gets a touch off his knee, and out of play, throw in for the Bulldogs in the defensive third. Clark over to take the throw. Big throw. Crumrine heads it back in. Ecker there to head it. Ball falls to Crumrine's feet. Hamlin plays it over the top. Clark gets a touch back into the middle. Smathers touches, can't control. Jackson pokes it in as Reether's there to challenge. Cooper pokes it back to Whitley. Whitley back into the middle. Smathers gets a touch to settle to Jackson to Crumrine. Ecker steps in. Reether again to possess to Jackson. Jackson finds Brake on the turn. Brake does the cup hold and knocked out of play by Crumrine. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Jack Eaker there to take the throw. Crumrine heads it away and another throw for the Bulldogs.
Finnegan McCullough on the return for the Liberators.
Ecker takes the throw.
Ran out of bounds by a pack of
Up to
Bulldogs.
Porage.
First and 10 at the 40.
Gets through to Cooper. Samson Cooper plays it across
8-yard line.
and out of play on the sideline, on the side of the goal. It's a goal kick again for the Cougars. Under 10 to play here in the JV half. Still no score. Hamlin back to take the goal kick for the Cougars. Hamlin, good back spinning ball to the far side. Goes over the first line. Trosper there. Edson's able to steal. Edson stops on the ball and tries to turn. Ball back in the middle of the field. Ecker plays it through for Cooper to chase. Clevenger comes out, Cooper gets through the challenge, but Crumrine's there on the cover and plays it to the corner. And out of play for a corner kick for the Bulldogs.
56, Axel Bailey. Jackson rears pass to Jordan Stevens.
Ecker with the good ball in. Clevenger using his hops to get up there and snag it out of the air. Quickly out to Brake in the middle of the field. Brake plays it through as Reether challenges. Van Woolenhaus clears it. Ramos in the middle of the field gets a touch. Whitley there to play it wide to Williams. Williams trying to find the ball as Brandon Schumacher comes in to challenge. Schumacher able to win it in turn. Schumacher carrying through the middle as Whitley steps in to deflect. Parage there plays Williams through, but deflected by Ramos. Ramos knocks it out of play on the sideline. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Anthony Parage there to take the throw.
Ryder.
Hamlin comes away with the ball in the middle. Hamlin with some rim to carry, being challenged by, that's number 28, Cardwell. Back to Hamlin. Cleared away by Clark. Gets all the way through to Cooper. Samson Cooper plays it into the middle. Williams there, makes a touch ahead. Clevenger comes out of the box and clears it to the sideline to kill the threat for the Cougars, and it'll be a throw for the Bulldogs.
Jackson Greer on the carry.
Throw in by Guerrero. Parage plays it in.
Gain of 5 on the play, brings up second and 5.
Smathers gets a touch up to Hamlin. Hamlin with room to run. Trosper comes in and deflects. Whitley there to clear. Into a counterattack for the Bulldogs. And offside call on Cooper as Smathers deflected, but not enough to be considered a reset of the offside line. And it'll be a free kick for the Cougars. 6:30 to play. Clevenger takes the free kick to the near side. Jack Ecker there to clear it away, and a throw in again for the Cougars. Smathers takes the illegal throw in, but nobody was watching. And into the corner for Brake. Brake plays it across. And Woolenhaus is there to scoop it out of the air.
Number 23,
Played to the middle to Porage. Smathers there, try to turn. Smathers gets to space, makes a touch through. Nice touch by Smathers as he comes in. And Reether there to clean it up. The Cougars take the 1-0 lead. Brogan Reether gets the goal, and Brant Smathers is down injured. Smathers and the keeper came together on that challenge. I couldn't tell if it was head contact or leg contact that caught him up.
Touchdown, Liberators. Number 2, Finnegan McCullough.
I'm going to go ahead and stop the clock. I don't know if the ref's stopping it or not, but we're going to guess that they are. No way! Can you tell what's...
Pass by
It
Jackson Greer.
looks like he's holding his left arm, but I can't really tell from this angle what they're attending to. Looks like there's 5 minutes left on the official clock. Smather's still down.
Jackson Greer's pass falls incomplete, broken up by Eli Schultz.
I'm not sure.
46 seconds left in the first quarter. Carl Junction 8, Bolivar 6.
All right, looks like Smathers is holding his left arm. He's back to his feet, walking off on his own power, but definitely holding his left arm in a awkward position, like it's maybe a shoulder issue. All right, that's the whistle. We're back going. 5 minutes left to play in the JV half. Cougars now with the 1-0 lead. Ball into Western. Western plays it into Teeter. Bandy there to clear. Western back in, and Jackson there to clear. Western plays it back into Teeter. Teeter trying to get to the edge. Bandy in front. Teeter takes the shot near post, and Clevenger two hands it out of play. Corner kick for the Bulldogs.
Nicky on the return, tackled by number 5, Ryder Studenkamp.
Number 14, Ecker there to take the corner kick, left-footed kick in. Crumrine clears it away to the end line, another corner kick upcoming for the Bulldogs. Another spinning ball sent in off the post. It's still live. Denton got a touch on it to the frame, but Clevenger's right there to grab it out of the air. Titus Clevenger with the big ball in. Denton makes a touch out of the air. Ball to the near side. Crumrine steps in, gets a touch, but can't redirect. Denton still on the carry. Into the corner of the box. Carrying across, Nangle steps in. Denton wins it back. Nangle challenging, ball to the sideline and out of play. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Ball thrown in and out all the way out the end line. Goal kick for the Cougars.
Can't get Mickey on the carry. Gain of 4 on the play. Correction 3. Second and 7.
Cason Hamlin back to take the left-footed goal kick. Plays it in the middle of the field. Denton wins the first touch up to Teeter. Teeter trying to turn, being defended by Schumacher. Nangle steps in. Schumacher clears it away. Cooper Page there, challenging with break. Ball to Trosper. Trosper looking for space as he plays it over to Western. That's it in front to defend. Western makes a touch back to the middle. Finds Denton. Denton opens up, plays it up to Teeter. Teeter tries for the 1-2, deflected by Jackson. Right back to Teeter. Teeter carries bridge touch to the corner. Clevenger all the way out and sweeps it away to the sideline for a throw-in for the Bulldogs. 2:30 left to play. Trosper down to take the throw. Denton heads it in. Ramos there. Shot by Teeter, and Clevenger is able to knock it wide. And it's another corner kick for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs press in to try to equalize. Cougars currently leading 1-0, 2 minutes left to play. Jack Ecker there to take the corner, left foot, ball in, touched by Western, high into the air. Ecker there plays across, and all the way across to the corner. Good effort to keep it in. Oh, and then right off of the camera girl, Emily Bender's face. And the throw in for the Cougars. Ball stays in, Kremrine plays it back. Ecker tries to settle it down with his chest, sends it into the air, back into the middle, Nangle there. Nangle settles it to his feet, plays it ahead, but Clark steals. Denton on the turn, finds Teeter. Nangle tries to play it through. Ecker finds Cooper across the middle. Bandy there to challenge. Williams and Denton. Denton comes away, plays it in. Schumacher deflects, break there. Ecker goes to the ground, no foul as Nangle comes away with the ball. Cooper to the ground, and foul called. Actually, yellow card called on Ecker for the. I didn't actually see what happened there. Ecker was down. I guess he wasn't happy with the no call and did something to retaliate. Clevenger down the line into Brake. Brake sends it across and wide of the goal. And it's a goal kick upcoming for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs trying to play quickly. Page plays it into the middle for Denton. Denton's able to receive it. Plays it back to Western. Western finds Parage in the middle. Brake comes back to challenge. Ball's loose. Brandon Schumacher there. Schumacher carrying. And that's the final whistle. And the Cougars are able to secure the win on the JV game 1-0. Hopefully Smathers is okay after that appeared to be a shoulder injury on the game-winning goal sequence. All right, thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back here on Monday to take on Bolivar. We should be back at the Ozark Christian College soccer field. Bolivar, we lost to in the Willard Invitational 2-0. We'll get a chance to play them on the grass, see if we can redeem that loss. We'll catch you then.